Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, we are going to be discussing a really important topic, which is the 4 to 5% pay rise that all of the NHS employees are going to be seeing for the year 2022 to 2023. Now, if you would have followed any of the conversations around the NHS pay rise, you would have known that last year, that is for the year 2021 to 2022, we received a pay rise of nearly 3%, and this year we're expecting to receive a pay rise of nearly 4 to 5% across different bands. And you would say that's really good, Nikita, isn't it positive? But still, there are many people who are very unhappy about this, and it's almost coming to the point of some people even going on a strike, especially in some professions. So if you want to know what is the reason for this, do not forget to watch this video all the way to the end. So before we begin, I would just like to ask you, just from somebody who's watching this video, do you think the 4 to 5% pay rise is something that you would be happy about? And if you would be happy about it or unhappy about it, let me know in the comment section below, because it's really nice to get your ideas and thoughts about it. But for me personally, when I heard about this pay rise, I was really excited because obviously receiving a 4% pay rise made me feel really happy. But when I went away and sort of read the CSP guidelines, that is the Chartered Society of Physiotherapists guidelines, it almost came to the fact that they were actually collecting a lot of votes and they were actually putting forward an action to strike against this sort of pay rise that we would be expecting anytime this year. Now, obviously, they would have had some reasons for it, and so we're going to dwell a little bit more about that in today's video. Firstly, let me just break down the figures and put the numbers out there so that you all can make your own decisions about it. So when we think about a recent band 5 who's just joining the NHS, possibly they are the only people who are benefiting the most from this sort of pay rise, because they initially had a salary of about £25,000 per year, which is going to increase to nearly £27,000 per year. And that shows that their expected pay rise is about 5%. Whereas for someone who is recently joined the NHS as a band 6 or is in the first year or the second year of their band 6 experience, they would be receiving last year a pay of about £32,000, which is now going to be increasing to £33,000, but that is just a pay rise of about 4.1%. Whereas for a band 6 who's at the top of their band pay level, they would have been receiving a pay last year of about £39,000, which is now going to be increasing to about £40,500. But they are seeing a pay rise of only 4%. And as you can see, the pay for over the bands and the pay rise percentage over the bands is sort of falling down, right from the band 5 to the band 6 or 7 or even 8 level. And that has been a consistent sort of figure that you are going to be seeing even if you sort of find this information across levels. And if you are interested in it, I'm just going to leave the link for that right now in the description box below, just so that you can have an idea of what you're expecting. So as I've explained before, the pay rise is sort of an average amount that all of us are going to be receiving, and this amount roughly calculates to about £1,400 per year. That's right, per year. Annually, you're going to be receiving £1,400 extra. But when you sort of break it down, that's when you identify the real values. So for per hour rate, that's just going to be 71 pence, which is, let's be honest, not a lot. You cannot even afford a small packet of milk in 71 pence. But that being said, when you calculate it on a weekly basis, it comes down to nearly £26, which is still nowhere near enough a good amount that we should be receiving in a pay hike. And if you think about it, you just need to be more aware about what is the rate of items that you are going to be buying in the supermarket, or what is the spending that you are going to be doing on your energy bill. But beyond that, you may have questions saying, what is this pay band and why am I so concerned about it, and what pay band should I be applying for? Well, if these are some of the questions in your mind, I would highly recommend that you check out this video, which highlights what pay band you should be applying for, or what band in the NHS you should be applying for. And this is the other video which highlights some of the key paying elements for each of the bands, right from band 5 to band 7 actually. So you would have a clear idea of what to expect. But obviously, I will be making an update video just as the sort of new band and the payment or the salary start rolling in, just so that you are more aware about what is the salary that you are going to be taking home. And if you are interested in that, do not forget to leave that down in the comment section below, just so that I know that video has to come up really soon. So coming across through all of the points that we discussed in this video so far, obviously, as you can see, the sort of pay rise percentage sort of starts decreasing right from band 5 to band 6 and band 7 onwards. And what this essentially means is obviously that the pay rise is sort of decreasing as you go on to the higher bands. Now, that being said, even the pay rise of 5%, which is seen by a band 5 therapist, is nowhere close to the rate of inflation. The rate of inflation right now is about 9% and is expected to go about to 12 to 13% in the next few months. Now, what does that mean for all of us? It just means that the cost of prices for electricity bills, fuels, groceries, miscellaneous expenses are just going to be increasing, while we are going to be spending more and more money to sort of cope up with all of these rising costs. And that means that there's lesser money going to be saved for each of us at the end of the day in our bank accounts. Now, if you are someone from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh who are viewing this video and are concerned about whether you should be coming to the UK and what is UK's recession going to look like, please do not forget to check out this video where I've explained all of that in real clear detail, and I've also given you some steps or ideas and strategies that you could think about before making your move into the UK. But if you are somebody who has already had your HCPC registration and is in the process of gaining your CSP registration, this next part is really for you because it's really important, and I have done my bit. So I'm really going to urge you all to pay attention to this. So what has happened is that all of the unions, including the nursing union, physiotherapy union, another union, so the physiotherapy union is the CSP, that is a Chartered Society of Physiotherapists. So if you have your HCPC and your CSP registration, most of the CSP representatives, that is you and I, would have received a letter from the CSP asking us to vote in our agreement or disagreement against the pay rise. Now, if you feel that obviously the pay rise, like I've explained before, is 4% and the rate of inflation is nearly 9%, is nowhere near, and you would like to be paid higher, you can vote in the ballot accordingly. Now, according to the last statistics from what I've read last week, was that we have received 44% votes and we still need around 6% votes. That is, if we have to strike against the pay rise that we are receiving at the minute, saying that we would like a further pay rise, we need to have at least 50% of the votes within the CSP collectively. So if you already haven't voted yet, please do not forget to go to your CSP account and register that vote, because your voice really matters at this stage. And it would be my humble request, especially if you are considering to practice in the UK and have a CSP registration, to go ahead and give your vote, especially if you agree for it. Even if you don't agree for it, just give your vote, because your voice matters not only for you as a practicing physiotherapist, but for every sort of physiotherapist or any other healthcare profession that's going to be coming after you, because this pay rise not only affects you for the next year, it's also going to set the tone for the next sort of pay rises in the future. Now again, before I end this video, I would just like to say that the closing date for the ballot within the CSP is the 19th of September. So please guys, make sure that if you all have a CSP account, if you all are registered with the CSP, sort of drop in that vote before the 19th of September. And if you have, do not forget to leave that down in the comment section below, because it would be really appreciated. So that's it for today's video guys. I really hope you found it useful, and if you did, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Take care you all. Bye.